What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Ticker Fee video and welcome to the Ticker Fee family. So the symbol we're going to be talking about today is IDEX or Ideanomics. And so what I'm going to point out and what I'm going to inform you is on the Soletrac delivers e-tractor to a Hawaiian customer, how IDEX is divesting Grapevine and investing in Who.be by FNL Technologies, and then we'll finish this video off with a chart analysis and a price prediction. So thank you for tuning in and listening to this video, and let's go ahead and get started. So sustainable farming innovator Soletrac delivers e-tractor to the first Hawaiian customer. And this is going to be to Kim and Jack Johnson's environmental education nonprofit in Hawaii, which is their foundation. So Soletrac, America's first production manufacturer of electric tractors and a leader in the transition to zero emissions regenerative agriculture and portfolio company, or IDEX, announced this donation to the company's first compact electric tractor. So why am I pointing this out and why am I giving you this information? What does it matter? Well, not only that it's to this donation, which is always a big deal, and for those that don't know anything about IDEX, their main focus, but there are quite a few other sectors that they're in, but one of them is going to be an EV tractor, which I feel personally is a really great sector to be in because not many people are thinking about it. And so this is a great foundation. But what I wanted to show you or demonstrate the importance of knowing a little bit more about the product that this company is building and modeling out to many people. So that's going to be on the picture on the right. So that's going to be the compact electric tractor. So it is a 30 horsepower diesel equivalent CET of a four-wheel drive utility vehicle for vineyards, small farms, greenhouses, golf courses, and municipalities. So that's the whole reason why I'm bringing up. Look at all the sectors that they can be in. Vineyards, right? Small farms, which that's all over the United States. Greenhouses, which is going green. So that's always going to be a great thing, especially when it comes to the infrastructure package. Golf courses, which again, you know that is literally everywhere, especially in Florida and certain other areas. There are many golf courses that, again, that many people don't think about. So these are these industries that IDEX is going to take over. Now, the battery delivers a 10-year estimated lifespan and can be charged under 4 hours from a 220 VAC or 30 amp outlet of overnight. Now, the CET accepts all Category 1 540 PTO implements, which these are all the specs on it. But here's the last thing that I wanted to point out, at least for this article. So including again with the hydraulics and the rear hitch, the whole entire price of this tractor is $25,000 $800, which is a really good deal, especially being that it's EV and then it has the lifespan of a battery of 10 years. Those are great perks. And so that's what I wanted to point out with this overall article, again, with Soletrac and delivering it to Hawaii. Because as you can see, when people see this being demonstrated and that it's proof of concept, more people are going to want to buy it. So Ideanomics divests Grapevine and invests in Who.be by FNL Technologies. So FNL Technology owns and operates this social media platform. So Ideanomics invests in FNL, and FNL acquires the Grapevine as part of the deal. Again, I want to inform you on this information. Now, I tried to do research on FNL Technologies, and it wasn't as easy as you would think, but the social media platform was fine. All you have to do is put your username and information in, and you're good. Now, it includes the sale of Grapevine Village to FNL as part of the deal. The deal has Ideanomics injecting cash and stock consideration into the FNL, in addition to FNL acquiring 100% of Grapevine Logic. Now, in exchange for approximately 20% ownership in FNL. The details of this transaction will be filed under Form 8K, which we'll take a look at. Now, FNL Technology owns and operates the social media platform Who.be, a popular online platform which enables online influencers, artists, athletes, personalities, and business provide followers with a single place to access all social media platforms. So something I want to inform you. Again, you want to know what's going on with the stock, especially if there's options taking place, if you're trying to hold it as a long-term value. And just leave a comment down below if you actually own this stock or what you're trying to do. I'm really curious, and I always enjoy the comments from everybody, especially when they're letting me know how many stocks they own, how long they're trying to hold it, if they sold it, or whatever the case is. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I really do enjoy the comments from the Ticker Feed community. Okay, so for those that don't know what a Form 8K is, or if you've never heard of it, this report is an unscheduled material events or corporate changes at a company that could be of importance to the shareholders, which is some of those results that I talked about previous in this video. So these are the key takeaways. The company has 4 business days to file an 8K for most specified items. Public companies use the Form 8K as needed, unlike some other forms that must be filed annually or quarterly, which I would keep that in my mind and keep that as a note. Form 8K is a valuable source of complete and unfiltered information for investors and researchers. So what are the benefits of the Form 8K? First and foremost, the Form 8K provides investors with timely notification of significant changes at listed companies. Many of these changes are defined explicitly by the SEC. In contrast, others are simply events that firms consider to be sufficiently noteworthy. In any case, the form provides a way for firms to communicate directly with the investors. So it's all about being transparent, and so that's what the Form 8K is with the SEC, which I do appreciate. So I wanted, again, to inform you and point this out. While I'm looking at the chart of IDEX, and now that you have a better understanding with what's going on with the company, especially with delivering the e-tractor, which is a pretty big deal to me, but really the divest grapevine and invest in the who.be by FNL Technologies, you'll be able to see why the catalyst might be going up or why it might be going down. So again, this is pertinent information. So looking at the chart itself, we've got a high of $5.53, but there's a few things that I want to mention, especially when it comes to the chart. So what you're looking at, or what you need to think about, is why and when has the manipulation been taking place in the charts. So as you can see, the first thing that I want to point out is going to be the financial reports or annual Q1 results that have been taking place 2 weeks ago and the previous week. So there's been a lot of companies that have been clearly just letting us know what these financial results are for their stocks, and so that manipulates the market all by itself, especially when if IDX is similar to some of these other companies, it's going to be affected. And so that's the first thing that I want to point out as to why there's been a lot of overall correction in the market. The next thing is going to be the actual retail investors. So if there is a majority or a large majority of retail investors that are purchasing stocks and they're in this market for the first time and really actually taking it seriously, and they just started last year, this is their first time where when it comes to taxes, they actually for the first time have to maybe pay some taxes for all the profits that has been taking place for themselves, and then be able to collect, but now they got to pay it, and so they might be selling some of those stocks. So some of the more popular stocks, for example, like IDX or whoever the case is, you're going to see maybe a slow little trade, especially when it comes to the volume. So there might be some sell-offs. So that's another thing. So it's got to be the taxes. And again, this is all my personal opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do believe this is what's affecting the charts. Then the other thing that I want to point out is the one that's more obvious that I feel like everyone understands and knows that it's taking place all the time is going to be the hedge fund. These hedge fund companies are always under this type of stress and pressure that you cannot imagine, that they have to produce profits. They have to produce positive results. And so when you're being affected by so many shareholders with millions and billions of dollars constantly, they need to have those positive results quarter after quarter after quarter, or those shareholders are going to leave. And so that's one that's a little more obvious, but we all know, especially here currently with the infrastructure plan, with the taxes from 21% to 28%, they're trying to collect some of those results now because they don't know how they're going to be affected here in the coming future. So we're going to have to see what's taking place. but I just wanted to let you know, that way you kind of have a better understanding of what's going on the chart. Now we have a high of $5.53, and that's going to be on February the 5th. Now there was 65 million trades, okay, and that's going to be buys and sells. Now when we fast forward to the market now, to looking at the stock where we've been, first I want to point out that on April the 20th, we had a green body. Again, that means that it closed higher than what it opened up at. But we've had a little bit of wick that was continuing to grow. And so again, that proved a high of $2.44, a low of $2.25, which is still good because it opened at $2.33. Now you fast forward to the following day, again, another green body. Now we did have a little bit of red, which that's going to be what we've been talking about with what's going on in the politics, and so that does affect the charts, which clearly that's something that most people understand, but it does affect the charts, unfortunately. But as you can see, when you fast forward to Friday, we had a close of $2.65, and so we were still in the green. Now there was a little bit of sell-off, and that's where that wick comes in, and so we were at 251, but again, we were able to close for Friday right before the market, right before the weekend, at 265, which is great. Now with the volume though, what I wanted to see is that it had 12 million volume, so that's going to be 12 million versus when we had that high with 65 million. So as you can see, there was a lot of individuals, and I think mainly retail, especially with these popular companies. Between retail investors and the hedge fund, there was a lot of sell-off, and now that that has taken place, what you're looking at is going to be the trend line. And so again, it's pretty equivalent because everyone's been beat pretty hard, and so now we'll have to see in Q3 and Q4, and that's what I'm really holding on to, especially with the majority of the stocks that I hold personally. Now with that, I hope this was extra added value. I really do appreciate you tuning in and listening to this video, and welcome to the Ticker family.